cliff or right here. So we'll see exactly what happens. Terran player still going for the siege tank marine mix, which is definitely not something I'm used to seeing. Dropship loading off these units now, and what's interesting is that he brings the Raven along with for this drop. And oh, he makes a bunker. That's interesting. So he's going to make a bunker. He has the Raven along with to detect any observers. He has a siege tank and these 3 Marines, and he's probably going to be able to take out this entire Expo if the protoss doesn't realize it. But the protoss player, oh, I thought he saw it, but he didn't. He's actually going to destroy these destructible rocks. And the Terran player now sieging up on the cliff. Needs to be careful where he puts that siege tank. And there we go, just like that. Oh wow, and a point defense drone. And really, that's all she wrote, because there's absolutely nothing that the protoss player can do that is going to unlodge this annoying little tactic here that Strelok is doing. So, as you can see, the siege tank not quite in range of that nexus, so he is going to have to move that back. And oh, there we go. I don't know what happened. I thought he could see it. Maybe if he moves his SCV out a little bit. Hard to say. So this little cliff fortification that Strelok is doing is very, very annoying for the Protoss player. He's basically now only mining on one base, and as you can see, they are going to manage to take out that point defense drone, and with all those blink stalkers getting up on that cliff, he's going to be able to do quite a bit of damage, but not before losing a stalker, maybe 2. So definitely not bad play by the Terran, halting that mining time for a really long time. I would argue that is a very successful drop. And now the Terran player with mass, tank, and marine. That is wow, that is not a small number of tanks, sir. He has 2 factories pumping mass tanks, and now he's just continuing to make tanks. He just has, how many tanks is this? Like 4, 8, 11 tanks. So he's 11 tanks just chilling out here. He's preparing to make an expansion and take this gold. And now, really, my question is, how is this going to play out against Storm? Because I'm not exactly sure, because Storm is actually pretty good against siege tanks. It's definitely better than Colossi are. The thing about Storm against siege tanks is you storm them, and they're always going to do the exact full amount of damage, and it puts the siege tanks into red HP, 1 storm. So that element alone makes Storm very potent against this sort of attack, and Storm is definitely the correct tech option here. It's just a matter of how this is actually going to work out, because the Terran player now is sort of out of position here, getting his units focused down, and he has to push really slow if he wants to be able to do anything here. There's no way he's going to be able to push quickly and actually get away with anything. So he lost like 3 tanks because he rushed it. He went in for a push when he really was not prepared, and now he's going to continue to bring tanks and marines up on this fortification, and there's really just so many tanks at this point that the Protoss player is sort of stuck looking goofy here, as the Terran player is going to be able to continue to slow push up. So what he's essentially doing is every time more tanks come, he goes a little bit further ahead and puts 2 tanks down, and really that's just going to make it so that wow, and now Protoss player with nice micro there, sending that Immortal in first. Storm's going off here on all of these units. Socke with excellent positioning here, blinking those stalkers in. Point defense drone goes off though, and now it looks like they're going to trade armies. But it almost looks, it looks favored for the Terran here now, but this Immortal is going to be able to probably take out a couple more tanks before it dies. And, oh, it just barely gets killed, so wow. That looks like it very well could go for the Protoss player, but it actually went for the Terran player, and he says GG, so that's actually pretty interesting. I like how Strelok used tanks this game, spread out in the middle of the map on Lost Temple. Really made it hard for Socke to do too much damage there. So I do like that. Again, this is Joseki bringing you guys an audio commentary via ICCup.com and ICCup TV, which is the the StarCraft broadcasting that we've been doing pretty much the entire beta. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Have a good one.